Okay, I think we are live now. It's been a while, guys. I mean, technically I did this yesterday, but my live stream got pulled down for inappropriate content. I appealed it, and YouTube didn't say they made a mistake. They just reposted the 6 minutes of my live stream. Whatever. That's been taken down, obviously. But that shouldn't happen again. We should be good. And yeah, I have no idea why I got taken down. I thought it was because I had like a copyrighted image in the background. I had some like flowers on the side. Um, no, that wasn't it. I wasn't even swearing. I don't know. I've done a bunch of live streams. That's the first time it happened, so I'm not too worried about it. All right. Everything looks good. I always pull up the preview to actually look at it to make sure. Yeah, Xander mentions, yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I know. That was so funny because like anyone who was watching, I was like, this video is removed for violating community guidelines. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Where is my pen? Here we go. See, I feel bad because like I have this really cool computer, and so the pen actually sticks to the side. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't think you can. I'm still losing my pen. I'm still trying to get into the habit. Anyway, working on this Tiefling Warlock, and she's mostly blocked out. But now it's like the fun part of like detailing her and all that kind of stuff. So let's get started. Since she is a warlock, she needs to have some sort of like conduit for her power, like either like a blade, chain, or a tome. I think I'm gonna go with a tome because I don't know, I like books. So that's what I'm planning on doing. Oh, I'm gonna set the timer on my phone to make sure I don't work for several continuous hours and wear out my wrist. I guess it's really funny thing now for my wrist doesn't hurt while I'm live streaming, but like 6 to 10 hours after the fact, then it like hurts. I'm like, that makes no sense. I'm taking care of myself, don't worry. All right, here we go. Where do I want to start? I think I'm gonna start by detailing her hair a bit more. All right. As you can see, I'm doing a great job managing my subtools, like always. Speaking of, let me actually simplify this a little bit before I go too much farther. Are these two different polygroups? Let's make that one. There we go. So that's a little more simplified. I think I want all the clothing pieces to be separate still, just because that'll be easier to manage. I can merge the boots to the body though, because they're pretty much the shape of her leg. That looks good. All right, that's all one group now. And then I will merge that to this cape. The cape actually looks really interesting, and just because it's really low poly right now, but it ended up getting like these streaks in it, I ended up liking it. So I'm gonna try and keep that the most I can. I always feel like I say like, oh, I'm gonna work on this, and then it's like doesn't. All right. Okay, I'm organizing these loosely. I'm not gonna do them with folders right now, just because I don't really need to. Xander says, will she have a tail? Absolutely. She is a tiefling. I'm just gonna do it later. First pose, I'm not super sure what I want to do. I think I'm just gonna have like, you know, book in one hand, staff in the other. We'll see. All right, now to working on the hair. Like I said, I do want her hair to be kind of like wild, I guess. I don't want it to be too refined. We'll see. I always like doing like a windswept in some way or another, so this won't be the final. Let's use a clay buildup brush to add some texture. I really like the color of this. I haven't dyed my hair in forever. It's kind of like this really interesting, like pastelish purple pink. I do like it. Hey, Bruno's here. Hello. It's been a while. All right, let's actually just change this to no color for right now, so it's a little easier for me to see what I'm working on. This really pale blonde's actually kind of an interesting twist for a tiefling. It's obviously not what I'm going to keep it as. I mean, it doesn't matter because it's just a 30. It's me 3D printed with no color, but I have so much fun with doing all these colors and stuff now that I actually spend a decent amount of time trying to get the colors just right. At one point, I do think it helped me establish like the character a lot better, but at this point, I think I just do it because it's fun. I love seeing it all colored. All right, I want this kind of like this somewhat severe slicked back look. Up the Z intensity a little bit to make sure that the hairline's a little more uneven. There we go, that looks much better. Kind of build it around the horns a little bit more. Kind of like a reverse widow's peak I got going on there. Cool with me. I like it. I can put on back face mask to make sure I don't screw up the other side of these little hair tendrils, wispies. I don't really need to detail it too much right here, but when I do like that more that windswept look, it kind of helps if I have this blocked out a little bit. All right, got the general hair flow and direction. Let's kind of piece it together. Looking good. And let's put paint back on. Much, much better. I like it. Alright, I think I'm going to try and use the spiral brush and make her hair look almost kind of like wispy or smoky. I don't think it's going to work the way I want it to, but I'm going to try anyway. I think this looks so weird, but I really like it. Also, Ricky just finished his review video for the Photon Zero. It should be going up within like next hour or so. He did a super good job, so you guys should definitely go watch that once it's posted.
Thanks, babe.
God, her hair looks so cool. That should paint really well too. So maybe I won't do too much of a windswept look because I don't want to screw up all these like little wavy doodads I did. I'm going to turn off symmetry to try and get some sort of spiraling down the center as well. There we go. Let's see if this looks good without paint too. Okay, yeah, it does. I just want to make sure because I'm like, well, it looks cool when it's like colored, but maybe it looks dumb, just the actual texture of it. Nah, it looks cool. Okay, her hairline's a little too far back. And the top, it looks like she is balding ever so slightly. So let me fix that. There we go. That's better. Gorgeous. All right. Let's see what's up with these hands. So, I don't know if I should necessarily do this because I made this really cool like hand template. It's very like stylized and stuff so that I can pose them more easily, just the fingers. So if I make an object that's like dependent on it, I might regret that. I know she's probably be holding the tome in one hand, so it'll be mostly unposed, and then like, oh well, this will be fine. I'll worry about it later. On a mini, the hands are so small that like honestly, I know it's not a huge deal if I don't pose them super well. It's just more of a personal pet peeve. Okay. I think that looks good. I want to add some like circle pauldron, not pauldron, but like, I don't know, bezel things that like stick the cape to her. So let me go ahead and append a cylinder. And we'll turn radial symmetry, which is like my best friend, I swear. It's like if you want to just make a cool design quickly, it just does it. All right, so transform, activate symmetry, R, radial count. Oops, that's in the wrong axes. I think this is in Z. Yeah, I clicked Y by accident. There we go. Okay. Bruno likes the hair too. I'm glad. I don't want to look too much like a flower. I'm trying to like exaggerate this little spiky thing in the center. It just looks like a flower. That's fine. All right, I always like using paint with this drag rectangle because it creates these really nice gradients without a whole lot of effort. Just gotta make sure it's a dark enough color to contrast. There we go. Let's kind of pin this to her cape. If I do mirror and weld, there we go. Now I should have two of them. Oh, I still have radial symmetry. I'm like, why is this acting so weird? There we go. I always like when they have like little chains connecting back and forth, so I might try something like that. Also, this needs some sort of like trim on it anyway. Where's frame mesh? There we go. Can't remember. I have this scale brush I really like. I think would work really well for this. Can't remember where it is. I'm just gonna click around until I find it. One of these times I'm going to make a note for myself, but yeah, today's not that day. You know what, maybe I'll just be different. Because I'm finding a lot of other cool options too. Like I like these triangles, that could be interesting. Let's go ahead and try that. Alright, so I've made that. I create insert mesh brush. If I now go to stroke and go to curve functions, it should be a curve brush now. And it is. Awesome. That's a really interesting edge going on there. I like it. I want it a little bit bigger though. So I'll go ahead and mask all the other areas where it's not going to be used anyway. Right here and right here, I'm not going to use it. Just around the edge. Oh, and did it anyway. Whatever. I can just delete them here. There we go. Yeah, I like this a lot. I think it's really cool. Let's see what happens if I divide them. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I'll just dynamesh them instead. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Do backface mask and pull these straight down just to make sure that they overlap the shirt. I'm looking for the shoulder pads piece. Where is that? Looks weird in the back, but you won't ever see that anyway. There we go. Go ahead and change the color. And I can delete this as well since I've already created my temporary brush for that. Alright. Oh, I missed some people here. And duplicate this to another piece. There we go. Perfect. That's exactly how I wanted that to look. It's a small detail, but that'll show up really well in a 3D print. I'm gonna go ahead and merge that together with these little, I don't know what they even call these. They're like little pins. All right. Very nice. Let's get some more interesting detail on this. Go with my damn standard brush. And we're going to dynamesh this as well, so that way I can actually get, there we go. It's not so pixelated looking. go ahead and go to lazy mouse. So that way I have a little bit more control over these strokes because I'm obviously not able to draw a straight line right now. Much better. I won't worry about detailing the back, especially since I'm just going to have a cape on there anyway. Kind of curious about doing some sort of swirly pattern like that since she's got some sort of magic going on. I'm going to mask these first, just to make sure I don't overlap it too much. There we go. So I guess it's like kind of like a corset, just not really. More than anything, I just want a pattern here. That's very cool. I like that. I don't think I'm going to do another line, but I might toy with how it looks. Yeah, I don't want to be too complicated. If I think it needs more, I'll worry about it later. Alright, let's get this belt looking more interesting too. I'm probably going to add like those triangle sort of doodads I was doing earlier too. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go to frame mesh and bring up my custom brush. Cool, cool, cool. Really digging these triangles. I'm going to try and get them in a better orientation though. Make them a bit bigger. Maybe not that much bigger. There we go. I think I want them to lay flat, so I might adjust the brush again, but I do like all these little spikes too. Actually, yeah, I think I'm going to keep it like that. It's pretty interesting. There we go. It's like almost like a normal trim, but kind of has a interesting texture to it. I'm going to turn off poly paint for right now so I can make sure that when I Dynamesh this, I'm not losing my edges. I've been painting a lot of dark characters recently, and so whenever I have to like check like what it looks like, I need to turn off the poly paint, otherwise I can't see. Alright, there we go. Dynamesh this as well. Can make this triangle thing just like a theme for this model now. I'll change the shape of this a bit more and make it a little more interesting. Hey, Aaron's here. Hello. Xander says triangle is the most powerful shape. Even if you're being like facetious, honestly, there's a lot of truth to that. Not like literal triangles, but just like designing it with like triangular shapes rather than ovals is a better way for your design to be more clear. All right, let's see what this looks like without poly paint for a second. I like it. And I'm probably not going to put a lot of detailing on these bottom like tabards just because I don't want the design to be too busy. All right, do these have thickness? It doesn't look like it. Go with my Z modeler brush and just extrude this a little bit. I'm not trying to do the edge though. Here we go. Okay, frame mesh worked well. Let's go ahead and put more triangles there too. There we go. Okay, so definitely got a little like screwy on the edge here. I'll leave it for now, but I'll probably need to fix that later. You know what? I actually don't like how any of that turned out. So I'll just do that again. Let's see. Just reading through the comments really quick. She needs a fedora. She does not need a fedora. Ursus, I thought that was hexagons for strong design shapes? No. I mean, I guess, but not for the kind of stuff I was talking about. And then still news here. Hello. Bomb, I think. Bomb Russ. All right. My timer just went off, so I'm going to give my wrist a break. I like this so far. I need to give her a tail before I forget. Trying to think of like what I'm going to put on her belt. Probably just like potions and that kind of stuff. I plan to have like her tome in her hand. I'm also not sure if I'm going to give her a tome and a staff or just a tome. We'll see. Oh, it's my music. I hear like, I'm listening to lo-fi beats and it has like just beeping in the background. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, no, I'm changing this. Oh, cool, the song just changed. Never mind. It's fine. They're probably wondering. I keep looking around like, what is going on? I would love new hot coffee. You really did. I have my offering. Refill, please. Thank you. Is the video up?
It's processing. It's taking forever to process. But
Oh, okay.
it has been posted, so it's just YouTube's end now.
Gotcha.
YouTube has a big notice on the top of their page saying that because of the virus, they have less people working. So
Gotcha.
at the end, it says your videos may be taken down for no reason.
Oh, okay.
It says, even if it doesn't, you know,
Interesting.
yeah, go against guidelines, it can still be taken
Yep, that's what happened to me.
So pretty much what's going on is they have less people working and their algorithm's still going, and they don't have very many people to review every single case.
Gotcha. Maybe I should fix their algorithm. That explains a lot why my video was taken down, and like they didn't even say why. It was just it violates community guidelines. I'm like, that could be one of like 100 things. They have a lot of guidelines. Let me get a hot coffee and I'll get back to work. Just letting my rest for a second. Coffee. Yay. Thank you. Oh, geez. Could you have maybe not filled it that much?
So I had to put extra coffee.
The vicious cycle. This is so full. No, I'm good. Be safe. Don't touch anything. Be fast. Don't touch anything. He is pissed that he's not out here. No, that doesn't help. Just leave him alone. God, it's so hot still. Ah.
Okay, 99% process. It's almost done.
Woo. New video coming within like an hour, guys.
Due to COVID-19, we will conduct fewer human reviews to protect the health of our extended workforce. Unfortunately, as a result, we may remove content that does not violate our community guidelines.
That explains a lot. Okay. Yeah, so a new timer and let's go. All right. Oops, sorry guys. I kind of punched the mic just now. All right. New video is up, guys. You know what? I'll worry about adding this stuff once it's all posed and stuff, because I'll need to move around the belt anyway, I think. So let's get this looking better. I should be able to frame the mesh pretty well. Yeah, cool. More triangles. Ah. But no subdivision levels. That's weird. Control N. I'll clear that issue. There we go. Bruno, don't breathe, Ricky. They're saying when you go out, don't breathe.
I can hold my breath a really long time.
That looks so freaking cool. Guys, how have I not used triangles more often? Ricky, before you leave, you need to look at all my triangles.
Alright. Wow, those are some triangles.
You can't even see it. Get over here. Look at my triangles.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's super cool.
Oh wow, that has way too many polygons. Nope. There we go. So that looks more like a lattice. Yeah, that looks so cool. It's exactly what I wanted. Sick. I think I'm just going to put like fabric creases for the front because I don't want there to be too many triangles. I'm also going to add some thickness to this really quick. So I'm just going to go to my move brush, the back face mask, and go ahead and pull this back a little bit. There we go. I'm always worried about my tabards and stuff being really hard to 3D print and like breaking off. So rather than be way too thick. All right, I have some pretty sweet fabric brushes that will take care of this for me. It's kind of doing a bad job though, so I might just sculpt it by hand. I'll try some tricks first though, because I'm lazy. Yeah, this is not going to work. Good enough. And I'll do more work on that later. These are also a bit thin, so I'll do that same trick. Add some more thickness to these. There we go. Very nice. And then my brushes will work for this because it's just falling off our hips and that. There we go. That looks pretty good. Oops. Not a spiral brush. Go ahead and even this out a little bit more. There we go. Awesome. Let's see what I can do about this cape. Curious how Dynamesh is going to handle this. Pretty good. We're going to do a little high resolution. Try and drink my boiling coffee. Whatever Bruno said, he removed. And then Aaron says, is that an IMM brush? No. I'm not sure which, sorry. I didn't look in like a while. I'm not sure when you said that. If you're talking about the triangles, no, I just had, I took it from an IMM brush, technically, and then just made it into a new brush, and then made it into a curve brush. You just get a stroke, curve functions, and then click on the curve button. That was a disaster. If you want actual help, ask a question, I will answer. And I'm all curious, Bruno, what were you going to say? Were you being super rude secretly and then removing it? No, just kidding. Yeah, sorry guys, not looking at the chat as much as I normally do. I'm like super into this character. Alright, that is way too thin. I must have just forgotten about it. Looks really awful, but it's okay. I will just Dynamesh and smooth and it'll be all fine. Please don't crash. Yay! Okay, so I did it way too high resolution, which I should have known better. So this is like gonna take forever to smooth, and I don't want to do that. So we're just gonna do it again, but much lower resolution. How about that? That helped a little bit. That's good enough. Because I do like that it's still like streaked and kind of looking scratched up. Ah. So I'm going to make sure I turn on back face mask when I smooth this because it screwed up the back of this. You know what? Oh yeah, never mind. Never mind. There we go. God, her hair was like my favorite part of this, and it was mostly just an experiment. It just worked out really well. Alright, grab my move brush, add some more volume to this, but without back face mask, because that looked weird. There we go. I love like unrealistically, cartoonishly thick hair. What can I say? Larger than life. I think it's so fun. Aaron says the triangle brush. Xander says, I know, but I'll never tell. Xander, no, I'm just curious how you're doing the triangle pattern. Oh yeah, it was just a triangle I repeated. And then Scott's here. Love the merfolk. Totally unrelated, but I love it. thanks for bringing it up because I love the merfolk too. So thank you. People don't know what he's talking about. I run a Patreon I release models to the community for free on Thingiverse, and I most recently did an aquatic release, and I had some merfolk in that. If I conveniently had the renders, I would show you guys. But yeah, they came out super good. So yeah. All right. I like this so far. Got a lot of personality on this character. Now let's do what I was trying to do earlier. There is a way to frame mesh and not frame the whole thing, and I could have swore it was masking. I don't know why. Whatever. All right. So go to that curve brush that I made from a triangle. Let's go ahead and tap it on there. Whoops. Too big. It's looking a bit chaos, but most of it's going to be hidden. And I do like these glitching bars that are happening. I think it looks really cool because it's almost kind of like stitches. So I'm going to run with that mistake because I like it. Scott says, any suggestions for good RPG to use them in? I'm not sure. I know people, there are aquatic campaigns. Sorry, this isn't helpful at all. I've never played an aquatic campaign either. At the very, very least, if you ever have your characters around any body of water, pretty much, you could bring up merfolk, because merfolk are, they're monsters, so they can be used for encounters. I know some people use them as PCs, but for the most part, they're monsters. That's what they were supposed to be anyway. I designed them so they both have like spears and they're like in parallel patterns, so like they look like they're guarding a gate. So that could be really cool if you have any sort of like water temple or something. That could be very cool, like guard standing outside. That's what I was imagining anyway when I made them. Obviously, do whatever you want. All right, so the fingers came out weird, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete those pieces. There is definitely a better way to do that, but it was only one button click to fix, so meh. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and merge this down. I like it. Yeah, she came out gorgeous. All right, now let's add a tail before I forget. Xander says, salt marsh? Yeah. Ursa, oh god, water temples. Oh, right? I don't know about in D&D, but like every video game I've ever played, water temples are just, they're just not fun. I remember playing the water temple in Zelda Twilight Princess. That was like the first Zelda game I played. It came out on the Wii. Guys, it's just not fun. It's just not fun at all. I also played Tales of Zestiria. That one was awful. I had this really dumb thing where every time you walked by a certain water doodad, you get sent back to the beginning. This is not fun. These are not fun things. Ever. I don't know. Slightly off topic. But it's funny because if you think about it, water temples should be like really, really fun because it's like, they're so pretty, you know? Not fun. All right, I'm going to start checking out all my polygroups and stuff and merging stuff together to get ready to pose this. Yeah, I'll keep those separate. That's fine. That's fine. I know one of these is not fine. I guess they are. I guess I must have changed it at some point and just immediately forgot about it. Sounds like me. That kind of lines up. My Dynamesh shell fix it for me. And a lot of that's hidden under her belt too, so it's fine. Alright. Yeah, I guess I did polygroup these correctly. I just wanted miss one, so it's not like it's hard to do. Yeah, cool. Looks good. I'm not sure. I should probably merge the horns to her head because, you know, that's where they're supposed to be attached. I'll leave the hair separate though. I'm not crazy that I made them pointing down because like for a 3D printing perspective, that's a huge pain, but like it looks so cool though. So I'll just make him a little bit thicker and call it good. There we go. Felt significantly better, even though it doesn't look much different. Very nice. Gonna go ahead and polygroup that together, merge this down. Excellent. Also, her blouse thing is pretty much skin tight, so I can actually merge that to the body as well. There we go. What a look. All right. What else? Probably gonna keep these separate because these are pretty much gonna stay in place regardless of how she moves. I think we're pretty much set. Onto the tail I keep talking about and then not actually making. I know I have like a tail brush which might give me a nice default. So let's go ahead and find that. I got this from a pack on Flip Normals. It's usually super expensive for commercial use, but they were doing like a 50% off thing. I think it was around Black Friday. So I jumped on it because making the base mesh for things are what takes the most time. So being able to have stuff and then just modify it is awesome because you can just get to it really quickly. All right, where did I put this stuff? I recently reorganized all my folders and stuff, so now I don't know where anything is. This is not right. I think it's an archive. Here we go. Haha. Yep, FN Tails. I think it's FN for Flip Normals. I should probably read. Joshua says, I was in a very short-lasting Pathfinder campaign once and my one friend played a merfolk on land. I think he managed to find a way to bump his speed from up to 5 to 15 feet. That's painful. Goodness. Joshua, he wanted to acquire a bathtub chariot to get around the battlefield. That is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that story. Yeah, I see Xander's comment, and no, that's stupid. I'm gonna do what I want. Alright. Alright. I think one of these has got to be like a demon tail base. If not, I'll probably use the dragon tail as a base because I do like that it's spiky. You'll probably use this and then just put the spade on the end of it. Maybe I won't put a spade. Maybe I'll just keep it like this, but you know, obviously not for a dragon. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is turn off perspective and go to trim rectangle to close the end of the tail. Then I'm going to make sure that symmetry is turned on and then we can start shape. Oh goodness. There we go. I don't know what happened there. But then we can start doing some resculpting. I'm going to soften the ridges on the back of the tail too, because I'm not crazy about that. Oops, looks like I'm out of symmetry. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and dynamesh this as well. There we go. I thought this wasn't symmetrical. If you ever think whatever you're working on isn't symmetrical, just do mirror and weld, and it'll fix it. You might have to resculpt some things, obviously, but it's a very easy way to figure out if something's wrong. There we go, just super simple tail. Might add, still not sure if I want to add like a spade to it or not. Just like a little spike of some sort. I don't think I'm going to. You know what? It's kind of working out. Turning on back face mask again to add some thickness to this. There we go. All right, really simple tail. Now I'll see how I want to pose that. What do I want to do with it later? Because I know that the cape's probably going to clip through it. Yeah, that looks weird. It's okay. I don't know why. Oh, back face mask, that's why. I keep forgetting that I have it turned on for certain things, and I'm like, why is it behaving like this? Yeah, I'm just gonna make this tail darker colored. I think it looks weird otherwise. Just gonna make sure my edges line up in a way that makes some sort of sense. I think that's probably the only overlap I had that looked super wrong. This I'm not too worried about. There we go. Yeah, I said I didn't care, and that thought was fine, and I'm still fixing it. There we go. That's what I wanted. Perfect. Oops. I keep bumping the mic. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Just because this texture here, like I like the design, but it doesn't pop as much as everything else does. Now let's see if I can get this pattern. Oh, oops, I totally did that wrong. There we go. Not quite what I wanted. That's better. Not sure if I'm gonna like this. Might as well give it a shot. Hey, Ricky's back.
I'm back.
Hello. That looks much better. It really makes the design stand out. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and merge those down to the top. All right. Take another little break. Yeah, it's looking really good. Sweet. Okay. And then I'm actually doing a time lapse of this. So I'm going to go ahead and export what I have so far. Pause, export. I have time lapse of this from the beginning. So that should be on the YouTube channel somewhat soon. So yeah, if you guys want to see it, as of right now, I have a time lapse on of everything we've done so far while I'm taking a break. I'm going to stand up and walk around because it's been an hour. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Alright. Got a 25-minute timer going. And let's go. Haven't saved this since I started, so I should probably do that. Aaron says, welcome back. I know, I see WB, and I'm like, that can only be one thing. Pretty sure. Warner Brothers. Alright. Let's get this gal posed. Go ahead and import a tome. Xander's offering me $20 to make a bunch of dragon tails from the kit bash on a poor tailless dragonborn. Oh boo, I'm so much more expensive than that. Aaron says, no, I totally meant Warner Brothers. Okay, this tome looks way crappier than one I made recently. I must have just not export. I made one for the elf, not elf, gnome. My goodness, recently, and that looks really good. I don't know what's up with this one. I guess I didn't save it. I don't want to make a new book, guys. I'm just gonna reuse it because it's fine. I'm gonna go open that one and I'm gonna go take it. Plus, she is adorable, so I don't mind looking at that model again. Alright, where is she? Gnome wizard. There we go. Xander, he thinks it's a good offer to make shapes with the tails you already have. Yeah, no. Not even close, man. Alright, yeah, cool. The tome's already been selected. I'm going to use this and then modify it to make it look all weathered and gross and stuff for my Tiefling Warlock. Alright. So it's not going to be in symmetry or anything, but that's okay. And then, let's see what I want to do with this. I want the lines and the edges to be a little bit more distinct. No RGB for this one. Just add some deep creases here. Just so the edges of the pages look a little bit better. I'm also going to paint the whole thing just a darker purple. There we go. And let's get some scratches on this. Xander, if you mention it again, I'm going to mute you. I'm not going to work for you for 20 bucks. Aaron says, work smarter, not harder. Yes. Speaks the truth. I like how spidery these are looking. That's why I wasn't worried about like the edges I had drawn here for the book pages, because I was just going to cover up on scratches anyway. Yeah, it looks gross. I like it. I'm also going to go through with clay buildup and a different alpha to maybe make the pages look a little bit more weathered. Obviously not that strong, just start to be a little bumpier. I don't know if that would show up on print, but I just like the extra noise that it adds to it. Alright, and I wanted to do something with these as well. But not with the drag rectangle, just doing with dots. Adding some scarring. There we go. Alright. I like it. Very nice. And I think I want to make this a little bit shorter. It's before, let's see, after. Yeah, it looks better. I like these like really tall, dramatic books. I think it looks cool. Makes the script look more interesting too, I think. Let's add some more poly paint to this. Maybe make it darker on the back and like a lighter color on the front. Probably making the runes glowing again too. Let me take a green color. Yeah. I like it. Looks spoopy. Let's see. Alright, I have a creepy book all ready to go. So I like the idea of her having this book in her hand and like gesturing wildly with the other one. Just, she looks really like refined right now for the most part, but I want to look a little bit more like chaotic. A little less refined, a little less sorcerer, and a little more warlock, you know? Alright. Gonna rename this tome. Where's the enter on my keyboard? It's all tucked behind my laptop, so I had to like go find it. Okay. I'm also gonna export this before I forget, because I was just looking for this. I'm probably gonna look for this again. I'm just gonna write over the tome I had before, because it doesn't even look very good. Alright. There we go. Very nice. Alright, now I'm trying to think of how I want to pose her. Go ahead and save. And then I will start recording again. I tilt our face up a little bit, kind of looking off to the side, and then we'll see how I want to do the rest of this. You split their arms into their own polygroups. There we go. And then what I usually like to do is to make these their own groups, because I'm going to bend it at the elbow like several times, and it's nice of having to mask it again and again and again to just make it its own group right now. That's a trick I've started doing more recently, and it's been really helpful. There we go. Very nice. Alright, did I set my timer on my phone? Yeah, it's got 15 minutes left. Very nice. Zaxis is here. Hello! Hope you're doing well. Alright. I'll chill with the arms later. I've noticed I have the hardest time with arms. So you know what? She's just going to be armless for a bit. Also, let's go ahead and split this as well. I'm sure I'm just going to go through and hide everything that's not immediately moving with her body right now. She's going to have this really ridiculous, like, bend, and then I'm going to, like, move her legs so this makes sense. I didn't realize how close her boots are together, so that's going to be kind of hard to deal with. That's okay. I'll figure it out. I think I got it. Sweet. There we go. So now I can hide this and do its own piece. There we go. Kept doing it backwards. I'm like, wait, what was I doing? Yeah, since I was splitting my models up, I've actually just been doing polygroups instead, and it's been working really well. Let's see. Zaxa says, doing well. I couldn't get the Bleated Guardian or Cyberpunk Angel to print well until about 4 days ago, so I don't have time to work on them. Ah, bummer. Xander says, okay, I need to do some pre-DM stuff. See you in the next one. Sounds good. Zaxa says, I have no idea what witchcraft you use to get them to print with your pre-sorted models, but I still believe your blatant sorcery. I can look at both of those again if they were tricky. I think a lot of other people got them to succeed, but I don't know. Do you have a photon? I can't remember. But yeah. I think it's funny how much like variation there can be in printers. For the most part though, like my printers do pretty good though. I have 5 now, which I think is a decent sample size. When I only had like 2, I always felt really bad because people said that didn't work on their printers. I was like, okay, maybe it's just I'm lucky with my one printer, but I mean sample size of 5 isn't great, but like it's better than 1. It probably has to just do with the way that I level them. Yeah, the Photon S. Yep, that's like the one printer I've never used. I have the Lego Mars, the Photon, and then the Photon Zero. So I just kind of like jumped one. I've had to fight for a very long time. Afraid there's something wacky with it. Maybe. If you post pictures of like the kind of stuff that problems it's giving you in the Discord, you probably have already. Sorry, there's a lot of posts in Discord. I forget who does what sometimes, but maybe we can help you out. Because I know that can be super frustrating when you're like, it feels like you're doing everything right, and you honestly might be. It might be the printer. But no, like my pre-supported files are definitely not perfect. And the reason I say that is because even though they work for me, again, it might be a very specific way that I level. I should really do a video on how I level my printers. Just so that way it's one less thing people can try and rule out if they're having problems. But I so appreciate you not being like, your pre-supported files don't work. That always annoys me because I'm like, yeah, they don't work for you, but they work for me. Like I can't help that. So I appreciate the way you worded that. Let's see. Zaxa says, I haven't, but I've never had a problem with adhering to the build plate. I thought you did do a leveling video. I did, but that was a super long time ago. I might do a different method by now. That was like right when I got my printer. I've learned a lot since then. I'm not saying that video is bad, but I might have a better way of doing it. I should really rewatch it and see what I said. So I'm sure to most people watching, this looks like nonsense, but I am very excited of how good this pose is looking so far. I know it like doesn't look finished at all, because it's not, but this is gonna look really good. I can see it coming together. There's always like a point of like when I'm working on models that like I kind of get a glimpse of like what it's gonna look like finished, and that's always a good feeling. That's actually something that's kind of funny if like whenever I'm working with like clients and stuff, because like I might be able to see that ending, but if I show them something and it looks totally unfinished and awful, I always need to explain like, don't worry, it's just not done. I haven't had any clients be rude like that in a super long time, so it's definitely not like a normal thing. But it has happened, and I can't blame them that they can't see what I'm seeing, because I mean I've stared at it for hours. Probably should put her head back on. Oops. I hope she has symmetry turned on. That could have been bad. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I just don't want to give her arms, guys. Like, it's the worst part. God, if I could make armless minis, guys, I would have so many more minis. Like, I swear, it's like most of the time it feels like what I'm doing with posing. It's like 30 minutes is just for the arms. I am getting better at them. They're so complicated. I feel like I talk about it in like every video I do or live stream, but if you really think about it, like all the different ways like arm can move with like the rotation, obviously extension, it's a lot. Let's see. Saxa says, but I was also kind of hindered because my control panel was failing. Oh no, it was registering taps about an inch lower than they actually were. That's super annoying. I haven't been able to access the tools menu for about 2 weeks, and only one pixel works for me to actually be able to print. Yeah. I just got a replacement for me, keep it in the mail. Good. But I haven't had a chance to install it. I was focused on painting. That makes sense. But yeah, oh my goodness, that sounds like a complete nightmare. I am so sorry that you had to deal with that. But I'm really glad they sent you a replacement. I hope you didn't have to fight them too hard for them to send you a replacement because obviously that's ridiculous. Oof. I should really like just paint right here where it's being weird. Let's see if I do. I just want to make sure that these lines are still clear. Aaron says, arms are fine. I hate doing hands and hair. That's so funny. I've started to really like doing hands actually, and hair is like my favorite, as you can tell. Because once you're able to do it, like it comes together so quickly, and it's really awesome. If you're not doing like, I'm doing very like stylized hair, so I understand if it's like, no, I want like more movement. Mine's not super like complicated. Yeah, I can see it being really tedious and not fun. But I can give you tips for that too, because I have done some models that are more like that. If I wasn't printing it this big, I probably would put a little more effort into the hair. Zaxa says, what's weird is that I hadn't used it for 2 weeks. It was completely off, and I came back, it was acting like that. Ugh, that's annoying. I didn't have to fight it at all. Okay, I just told them what was happening and asked if I could recalibrate. Without saying anything, they sent me a form to get another. Nice. It's a really nice service, but I'm still under warranty. That makes sense. No, they were super awesome to me too. Like the video that I just posted, or Ricky posted like not even an hour ago, about the Photon Zero, they sent us the test unit. And not only did they not tell me what to say in the review, they didn't even ask us to do a review. Like, it wasn't even implied or even mentioned. I actually had to ask permission if I could do a review because I wasn't even sure if they wanted me to do that, which is really cool, actually. I thought, I don't know. I feel like a lot of YouTubers, like, they get review units, and then even if the company doesn't say they have to say something nice, they do anyway because they ask for a review, so obviously. So the fact that they didn't ask for a review, I thought was pretty cool. I mean, at the end of the day, like, they're a company and they want to make money, and if I was them, I would have asked for a review. I wouldn't just send free stuff to people. They had me fill out like a pretty simple form of like my user experience and with that kind of stuff, and that seems like what all they really wanted. And oh my gosh, I don't know if anyone in the chat has an Lego Mars, but like, okay, I only have one Lego Mars. I have 3 photons and 1 photon zero. So I'm obviously biased towards Anycubic, and I have more printers, so like they're more likely to have, I don't know, I'm more likely to have a better experience with them, right? But my Lego Mars is such a pain in the ass, guys. Like, I rarely get it to succeed printing. I don't know what it is. So I'm definitely more like brand loyal to Anycubic, I guess you could say. So I was really glad that they were the ones who wanted to send me a review unit. But I'm also of the opinion, it's like, these are machines, like, they do exactly what you tell them to do. So if it's not working, it's because I'm doing something wrong. I usually tend towards that. My complaint is that I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. Oop, my tool went off. Let's see. Aaron says, I've done the Danny Mac hair tutorial about 50 times now and still struggle with it. Okay. Danny Mac, favorite guy. Love him. And then the hair tutorial for that, I actually followed too, and I have his brushes. So if you tell me what you're struggling with it, I can help you. Because, yeah, I actually use his brushes specifically when I do, like, fancy hair. Otherwise, I don't. I don't really care. I just do, like, this sculpty style. But no, I'm glad that you mentioned like what you're trying to follow because I might actually really be able to help you then. I'm gonna put on transparency to make sure that this is fitting the way it's supposed to because like obviously her shoulders are angled, so I really want to make sure that this doesn't get rid of that. Otherwise, my contrapposto or pasto or however you say it, I just looked it up on Google recently because I keep forgetting how to say it. Is gonna be for nothing. She is gorgeous. I love this model so far, even if she just has like this ridiculous pose going on. I'm just gonna throw these arms down by her side and do a quick render. Her arm looks broken. Alright, throw that up. Robert says hello. And then Zaxa says, I'd be super interested if you ever tried the Photon S, but I understand your model loyalty. After all, it's been working, why change it? That's true, but I mean, hey, it's all from Anycubic, and I think I'm pretty loyal just to the company in general, so I'm interested in trying it. And Zaxa says hello to Robert. Yay. Alright, so while I'm taking this short break here, I'm going to export the, what is the word, guys? There's a word. Speed Sculpt that I'm recording right now as well. So if you guys look at the screen right now, you're going to see this entire live stream summed up in like 2 minutes, which I think is the coolest thing ever. We're going to movie, pause, export, and then I'm going to overwrite this one. There we go. So this is everything I've done this live stream so far. This is what I got done in an hour and a half. I mean, it doesn't really show like a before and after, obviously, because it's like as I'm working and all zoomed in and stuff. But yeah, if there's anything you see on the screen right now, you just joined in, you want to know how I did it, definitely let me know, and I'm more than happy to answer that. Aaron says, Danny Mac is great. I learned a lot from him. I know for sure when he starts talking about polygroups, I get a bit lost, but there is a lot of little things. Oh, there's so many little things. And honestly, I feel like I only just recently really started to understand like how polygroups work. But more important, I guess it's not complicated how they work. You're just designating which rectangles go where, but I didn't really learn how to like actually use them and see how powerful they are until recently. But once you do, like it will click and it's amazing. I just recommend like just start like holding control and shift and clicking on things, and you'll see that you're able to like select and unselect things very quickly with polygroups, and it's amazing. So yeah, but yeah, I totally know what you're talking about, where like you know like what it is, but you don't know how to use it. I feel that. It's been like a whole hour, guys, since I've checked my email. Must check my email. I check my email obsessively, just fun fact. Alright, we're back to where we're at. Alright, Zaxa says, I've noticed that with the increased wattage in the Photon S, light source, the cure times tend to be 2/3, 3/4 as long, which is nice. But it means I can't rely on the group sheet, which honestly you shouldn't rely on it anyway because it's terrible. Okay, I shouldn't say that. So I use Anycubic Gray, and on that it says like 18 seconds, which is like absurdly long. Like I do 12 or 11 seconds, and even then most people do like 6. I just can't get it that low without it not adhering. I don't know. I just have problems with it. But I think my prints are slightly overexposed. I'm working on it. Aaron says, I get the general idea of them, and I do use them, but specifically when it comes to using them with IMM hair brushes, I think I do it wrong. Yeah. So you say IMM? I think, so IMM is insert multi-mesh. I think what you're talking about is more like just curved brushes in general, which are very hard to use, and they're very finicky and weird. So I can understand that. Robert says, thank you for the Kickstarter, by the way. I can't print them yet, but I'm looking forward to printing and painting. Oh, you're welcome. Now I know where you're from. But yeah, I'm super excited. This is actually a model for the Kickstarter. This is one of the backer stretch goals. You probably already know that, but this is for the Kickstarter. You will be getting this. God, I miss live streaming so much, guys. Okay, got 25 minutes on the clock again. Let's go. See, I kind of want her hair to be moved just a little bit, 'cause as of now it's like totally stagnant, just straight down her back. So just gonna push it over to the side. That's better. It's a little too like wide right there. So let me squish that down a little bit. But I do love how like kind of like chaotic her hair looks and almost like evil with these swirls and stuff. Obviously it's not realistic hair, but I love it. Very cool. And yeah, it makes me think like, oh gosh, Danny Mac, the hair that he does is so pretty. It's totally not 3D printable, but it's gorgeous. Aaron says, oh neat, we backed that too. Daxa says, it's definitely nice that you're back to live streaming. I agree. I totally agree. So like kind of like a funny side note, I'll talk about this. No, there was like a couple people that kept tuning into my live streams that were just like hella rude, and I was like too weird to just like remove them. I don't know why. Like it's my live stream, and I felt like, I don't know, they just wanted to argue with me, and it was like super wearing me out. So that was part of it, but it was also just, I don't know, I was just in a weird headspace. A lot of people that would like, they weren't telling me what to do. They were giving me suggestions, but I was taking it like they're telling me what to do, because the way that I see it, when you give feedback on a model that isn't done, it's kind of like trying a cake that isn't baked. So you're just eating eggs and flour and sugar. Like it's not going to taste good. It's not done. Weird analogy aside, that's how I was taking it. But then I rethought about it, like, no, these are people that have tuned into my live stream. They want to be part of the process, and they're putting their 2 cents in. They're not trying to be assholes. So I was just being way too defense mode, you know? So now that I've like redone my thinking on that, it's a lot more fun again. But just because, on the plus side, my live streams are getting more popular, so more people are tuning into them. So I get more people telling me what to do. But again, that's not what they're really trying to do. So since, again, mind shift change has really, really helped me. That and this coronavirus thing, it kind of stressed me out, actually. I didn't expect it to, but it did. I wasn't so much worried from like a money standpoint. It was just weird to see people panicking. I understand why, but you know, I just want people to be happy and healthy. That was like the tangent of the live stream. You're welcome, guys. Aaron says, unsolicited advice is always annoying. Yeah, no, I totally agree, and I think that's why I was pissy at first, but then I tried to think of like why they're doing it, you know? Usually why is a terrible question, but in this case, I don't know, I really do think it's just because they want to be part of the process. They weren't really trying to tell me what to do. I don't think they'd be like surprised if I didn't do it. They were just like, hey, maybe you could try this kind of thing. Obviously their tone was not that nice, but yeah. But no, like on the short, I could not agree more. Unsolicited advice is totally annoying. But I feel like being an artist especially, I think we're most privy to it because everyone can have an opinion with art. You know what I mean? If you look at the way an electrician wired your house, you probably don't have enough know-how to like really give him criticism or feedback. But with art, you know what looks good. You know what you think looks good and what you like. So it's a lot easier to give feedback or criticism even if no one wants it. I hope that made sense. Faxa says, you're super lucky that you get to work from home, right? I always try to give ideas. It's always nice to consider things you know I wouldn't think of. Exactly. And Terry's here. Hello. Faxa says, options are fun. So I don't think you missed too much, Terry. Obviously, this character has pretty much been assembled. But I was just talking about the reason I'm live streaming again, why I took a break. I was pretty much just getting kind of like overwhelmed from all of the unwanted feedback I was getting. But I just changed my mindset on it. That's pretty much the short of it. It's like, no, people just want to like interact and be helpful. They're not trying to be jerks. That and I was just so freaking busy, guys. That's also a big part of it, too. Oh my god, I had so many models to do. I don't want to say I was freaking out, but I was freaking out. Like a little bit. Terry says, just watch Ricky's video. Good stuff. Right? I think the intro of that video looks like damn professional. I am so proud of him. Like, that's some sexy B-roll. He did a good job. Looks like I got, yeah, these little pieces by accident. Let's go ahead and smooth those away. Also, guys, I finally freaking figured out how to use the transpose tool in a way that I don't hate. Fun fact, you just need to go to rotate mode. That's it. And then it works like fantastic. I was just, yeah, whatever. I now use the transpose tool a lot, actually, because look how nice this bends. Okay? So yeah, this is the before bend. See how like her elbow actually still exists, more or less. And then this is what it looks like if you use a 3D gizmo. See, it like completely distorts it. So yeah, I'll probably do, you know what, this Sunday, to my $10 peeps, I'll do a lesson about how to use a transpose line. Because I haven't used it because I was just being stubborn and silly. But no, they both have their uses. And look how good that is. I don't have to re-sculpt her whole damn elbow, which I usually do like every time myself. Oh no. There we go. Terry says, sorry to hear you weren't getting good feedback. Honestly, it wasn't even so much bad feedback. I was just being really defensive. Like, people were telling me, like, how to change my model, but I wasn't asking. So I was getting all, like, butthurt over it. But they just want to be part of the process. They're not trying to offend me, obviously. So I took a chill pill, and we're good. But I had, like, for some reason, I think it's because I am, like, I really keep to myself. Like, unless someone explicitly asks me what I am thinking, I don't tell them. My dad always, like, he raised me kind of like thinking that, like, my thoughts are a privilege for other people to know. And that's for everyone. Like, if someone tells you what they're thinking, like, they're giving you something. You're not entitled to know what someone's thinking. So when people just tell me what they're thinking without me asking, I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, it super overwhelmed me for some reason. I hope that makes sense. And yeah, my dad's the best. Zaxa says, yeah, I like the slightly cocked hips. It radiates confidence while maintaining enough sensuality without going overboard, right? Okay, so let me know what you guys think about this, but, like, I've been seeing a lot of Kickstarters recently that are, like, just pinups and stuff, and, like, I love them. I think pinups are so much fun. So, like, I want to do an all pinup Kickstarter, but I don't want to think I'm selling out. I just think it'd be fun. And I think it'd be cool to show you guys, like, what I think makes something sexy. Like, to me, it's not just showing skin. It's like a model that's still possible. So there'd be no plastic surgery going on, if you get what I mean, with these models. Like, they would look possible and real. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So we'll see. I guess I'm not really asking permission. I'm just saying this is something that I'm going to do in the future, and I'm not sure how it's going to be received, but it's fine. I'm going to do what I want. Cautiously. Oh my gosh, the transpose line is amazing. I don't know why I never used it before. Oh, that's right, I just talked about that because I didn't know what I was doing. Like, look, it's like rotating her arm without destroying it. This is so nice. Honestly, I think I could push her hips even farther, like rotated. I just don't want to resculpt it right now. Okay, I need to rotate her hand, not her whole arm at this point. That's what's going on. Also, I kind of messed with her elbow a little more than I meant to. Oops. Let's go ahead and pull that out just a little bit. There we go. Zaxis smiles. Pinups are fun to paint. And then Terry, the project isn't done. I know exactly what you mean, right? I likened it earlier to eating a cake that hasn't been baked. You're just eating flour and eggs and sugar. Like, what are you doing? Erin says, I support you. I mean, I'm totally not sculpting NSFW work right now or anything. Yeah, so like, fun fact, I actually have done like, they weren't sex dolls because I mean they're 3D printed and they were small, but I have done like NSFW commissions before. And I think it's really funny. Like I, for some reason, expected to like come out at some point like Mia also does sex toys. No, I don't. But I did like 4 or 5 commissions that paid very well. And to be clear, they liked it specifically because it did possible proportions, things that could actually happen. But yeah, no. I was really glad because for the most part with the all female Kickstarter I did, not too many people tried to like go that route of like, oh yeah, Mia's doing these correctly. I'm like, that's not what I wanted. Sexy models are awesome. Stop it. I just want to make sure there were options. Okay, I think this arm can have a book stuck on it now. That was the whole point of it. So let's see if I did this right. I really should have checked this earlier, but oh well. We're here now. I can just make the book weirdly small if I need to. Woo, it worked overall. Aaron says, good, they pay well, right? Get that paper. Saxon says, aha, maybe that's where all those strange Amazon partner sales are coming from. Maybe. You guys make me laugh. This is why I miss live streaming. I'm like sassing myself with that comment. I don't know why. That sounded like passive aggressive. All right. Saxon says, yeah, you can't say that the NSFW stuff isn't profitable. Terry says, I thought I'd have way more time to do stuff with my wife home. It seems I can't get anything done lately. My productivity dropped to 0. Yeah, I feel it. Honestly, I feel it. Obviously, I don't have a wife and kids. But, no, like, there's been times where I'm like, oh, okay, because this is happening, I'm gonna have so much more time. Yeah. Erin says, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Speaking of, I haven't checked my Amazon affiliate stuff in a while, actually. I just check it occasionally, and I'm like, oh, is this still making money? Yeah? Okay, cool. It's definitely not, like, something I rely on for income or anything, especially because the way they pay out is kind of weird. They kind of just pay you when they pay you. It's not, like, on a consistent date or anything. So needless to say, I don't, like, rely on it or expect it or anything. Alright. That turned out pretty good. Let's do the same thing on this side. Oh goodness, this did not polygroup well at all. I mean, I'm the one who did it, so I did not do a good job with this at all. Let's remask this and redo this. There we go. That's better. Terry says, so are you done everything with the Women Tabletop Kickstarter now? All supported models and stretch goals, etc.? Not quite. So I have the next delivery on the 27th, all done. And I think mostly pre-supported. I think I'm still testing a few of them. This model right here is actually the backer pick stretch goals, one of them. I have like 5 more of those to do. I've done the Goliath Fighter, the Nymph, and the half orc barbarian as well. But I still have a few more to do. It must take a bit to get the mailed ones primed and printed. It's not too bad because I have to test print them anyway, and I test print them several times. So I usually end up with 3 to 5 copies of every one anyway, and I just mail those as well. So it's really like a win-win. That's actually the reason why I decided to do printed orders as well, because I'm printing them all anyway. So yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and hide her cape so I can actually see like what is going on with her shoulder here. This is not doing what I'm supposed to do. What is it doing? Oh, damn, not rotate mode. I was gonna say, I'm like, this is definitely like squishing the model and it's not supposed to. Okay. Oops. Trying to rotate this like towards me and it's doing anything but that. And this is not ZBrush's fault, it's because I don't know how to use this stupid line. I know how to do like one thing, which you guys saw. It's like bending something and that's it. So that's definitely not what I wanted. And this is what I know how to do. So why can't I get this to do what I want it to? Do not switch. Here, I'll just do it with this. There we go. getting pretty close to done. This arm, obviously, is the most, like, part of the model. I'm working on it. I also want to exaggerate the tilt in her hips a little bit more. Not too much, though. Oh, yeah, and I have to do something with the cape. I kind of forgot about that. Come on, ZBrush. It's being a little glitchy there. There we go. There's the drama I was looking for. I'm like, where's my cape? Turn on transparency to make sure that this waistband thing I have is fitted the way it's supposed to be before I try and like re-sculpt anything. Because this might be why the tilt in her hip isn't coming across as well as I want it to. Yeah, it's because it's bulged out a little bit right there. It seems like a really small difference, but like it makes a huge difference if you accidentally cover up stuff like that. There we go. That's better. Her feet are still a little weird. They're not really pointing in a way that makes sense. But they're also not perfectly level, so I can worry about that right now. Yeah, that's weird. Let's go ahead and fix that. That's better. Much better. You know what? I should do a spell effect on her hand. Duh. I don't know how, I almost wasn't going to do that, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, that would be perfect. Also, why is her arm so freakishly long? I don't know what happened there. We're gonna bring that in. Here we go. Let's see. Zaxxon says, do you have an airbrush you use a prime? I asked because one time the prime one I got had little gold sparkles in the primer. I know they can be a pain to clean out an airbrush. No, I don't actually. Terry says, and fabric folds. I like it. Yeah, looks great. Sounds good. I didn't check the chat in a while, so I know that's probably way late. Zaxxon says, mysterious golden sparkles on an angel. I like to do these spell effects just as general swirls because you can do it as pretty much whatever you want except for lightning. It can be shadow, it can be fire, it can be water, it can be light. So she kind of has this weird thing where she's kind of like going like this, but I like it. My timer just went off, which is perfect because I think I'm about done with this model. So I'm going to fill this object with this deep, beautiful purple, and then I'm going to do some sort of gradient with the yellow, because whatever their eye color is, you guys notice when I paint them, I usually tend to put that as like an accent color somewhere on the model. I guess it's not really a proper accent color, so I only use it like twice, but you know what I mean. Her arm is slightly broken, just a little broken, so I'm going to fix that. Here we go. There we go. I just realized how weird that looked because like all the fabric was flowing, but then somehow like the fabric on the farthest end, which would be flowing the most, was like glued to her thigh. I knew something was wrong. Let's see. Saxa says, what do you use for priming then? Just a spray like rattle can. I think I have it on my website, what I use for that. Terry's got to run for a bit. See you later. Saxa says, I'm so mildly disappointed we didn't get to see a love such heart-calm Valentine's Day. Do round of the Captain Planet Elemental theme. Come on, ZBrush. Don't crash. You've been doing so good. Went a little bit past my timer, but that's okay. All right. I think she's pretty much done. I'm probably going to mess with that arm a little bit more, but I know, like, overall, like, it's fine. Let me just look at this all the way around really quick. Yeah, she has, like, this inverted elbow thing going on again. I just need to push this back. There we go. It's funny, you really only can see that looks wrong from the top. But, still want to fix it if I can. I don't know what ZBrush is doing right now. I'm not even touching it. Stop. What are you doing? Oh, that's interesting. I'm just going to Control Z this. Oh my goodness. This is going to make the little time lapse I did look super confusing. I'm just going to keep clicking Control Z until that goes away. What is with the book? There we go. Okay. Let's see. Zaxa says, I'm also still waiting for your first weave model. We'll just have to wait a bit longer for the cat ears to reach their insidious Neko trundles deeper into your brain, I suppose. Necromancy. What would like a weave model even like entail necessarily? Not that I'm considering, but if I was going to do one. This is a gorgeous model. I'm very happy with this. When it happens, you will know what it entails. Get out. Alright, I love this. She's super gorgeous. I'm going to save, and I'm going to play back the final time lapse, essentially. It won't be from the very, very beginning because, so ZBrush exports them for an MPG file, and it can't play MPGs, so yeah. We're going to pause, export. But this will be going up on the YouTube video at some YouTube channel at some point. But yeah, here we go. I know this is like the third time you guys have seen this beginning part, but it's okay. I have nothing else to show while I just sit here and let my wrist sit. But yeah, it's an really weird thing where it hurts like 6 to 7 hours after the fact. I don't know if it's because, like, as a good thing, like, I'm getting my wrist stronger. It's hard to tell. It kind of feels like muscle soreness. I don't know. Zaxxus, there will probably be tails though. Alright, I am going to be right back. Perfect timing. My time lapse is done. Aaron, do you even sculpt, bro? That was a joke on the wrist hurting, yeah. Making wrist gains. Yeah, I really hope so. I don't know if I'm damaging it or not. Like, everything I've read about carpal tunnel or just like tendonitis is more like stinging sensations. It just feels like aching. It just feels like, I don't know. It's uncomfortable, but as long as it works, I don't really care. That says I paint though. I don't know why, because I hate nearly every moment I'm doing it. If I didn't share it, then I'd probably not bother with it. Oh, that's funny. You know, I kind of can relate with painting. I'm not a huge fan of it. But I'm so happy once it's done. And thank you again for the pumpkin golem. He's sitting on my shelf right there, and I'm very proud of him. I had a friend come over yesterday, and I was so offended because they were like, oh my god, this is so good. Who painted this? Like, they already knew, even though it's in my house. They're like, there's no way she painted this. So thanks. My friends were impressed and knew it wasn't me. All right. Well, she's pretty much done, but you know, I have to like still like finish her. That was very Valley. Like, yeah. All right, let's do it. So the way that I do this is I turn off poly paint. Actually, let's get like a super sexy render on her first, so I just have it later. Or I can just duplicate it. Yeah, I'll just duplicate it. And I'll post-process the other one. That way I still have both copies. I really should be doing that anyway, I just forget. Alright, I'm pretty sure all of these line up and stuff, but I'm going to close holes and weld points. I'll set a timer, but like, I'm just going to be using a mouse, so this shouldn't be too bad. There we go. Get modified topology, weld points. Her eyebrows were so big. Keeping it. Has to really think about weld points. Yeah, this is like the slowest part. I usually don't live stream this because it's too slow. But we're here. It's happening. Still welding. Again, this is why I don't usually live stream this because it's extremely boring. It's mostly me just sitting here. I usually do other work, but I'm pretty caught up right now. I have all my entries for the painting contest uploaded and looking very fancy. Speaking of, if you guys want to look at that, I will throw it in the chat anyway. Bam. But yeah, I have 36 entries. I think people did a great job. Obviously, some are better than others, but like, just the fact people took the time to paint them, I think is the coolest. There were a lot of people that mentioned this is the first minis they've ever painted, and some of them you can tell, and some of them you can't tell, which I thought was pretty cool. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to cancel this operation because ZBrush is not doing it. But it won't tell me it'll never do it. It will just sit there for a very long time. Alright, this is not happening, obviously, so we are going to cancel the process, which will probably just make ZBrush crash, which is fine because I saved this. But essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to weld points and close holes for any issues that are happening here, and then I am going to remesh by union, decimate, export, make a decorative base. That's all I'm trying to do. But it's like a super freaking slow process because, yeah, I know you're not responding. That's just how it be. It's fine. See, that's why I'm really glad that I have another laptop that's running my encoder right now for the live stream, because that way it doesn't slow down. Yep. It pooped out. That's okay. If you guys don't know, this background art is from the video game Okami, and it's amazing. I was blown away as a kid and adult. Alright, here is my model because I clicked on the wrong file. There we go. And she's posed. Saxon said, just out of curiosity, how many respires do you have now since you use them as tests? I also sell quite a few of them, so I think like 6 or 7. Not too bad. Alright, so this time, instead of... I'm going to do close holes and then just go straight to remesh by union. There we go. Holes are closed, supposedly. Probably not. Remesh by union. Alright, now we're going to do this. Aaron also says, Okami is dope. Yes, it's amazing. Alright, that wasn't too bad at all. Go ahead and accept that. And we're going to Dynamesh this, which might be a small disaster. You know what? I really didn't do a great job of spinning the model around and looking for any obvious overhangs I can fix with the cape and stuff. Just going to bulk up her elbow a little bit more. Yeah, that's fine. All of these will need supports, which is annoying. Like, I did try, like, think about, like, sticking them to her boots and stuff, but, like, the more I did that, the more unnatural it looked, so I'll just pre-support them. I'm going to do the same sort of look around, but without poly paint on. Yeah, that's what I thought. These creases look a little weird. Yeah, this is a detailed model. Oh yeah, is that recording still going on? Because it's done. Cool. Yeah, I don't think Dynamesh is going to do a great job with this. We'll see. Ideally, if it screws up, I can just reproject the details back on, but that's kind of hit or miss, especially when it's very small shapes like this. Kind of regretting all these triangles at this moment. Alright, we're just going to Dynamesh at the absolute highest resolution. We'll see how it does. It's actually going through it. Let's see how many things that it shatters. Is that seriously Dynameshed? Oh my god. Did a great job. I am like shocked, guys. If you look at her eyes, that's where you're gonna see the biggest difference. They're a little foggier, but it's not a big deal. That's why I sculpt the eyelashes on as like a separate, somewhat bulky piece. Yeah, I'm shocked. This did a really good job, actually. So now I'm going to go through and look for holes like this, and then pull this straight down, kind of close them up. And then when I re-Dynamesh that, it'll make sure that this model is solid. Yeah, that actually did a good job. And by it, I mean me. Go me. It's crazy how much better these are than what I was doing even a couple months ago. It always feels good. We can look at your work and you can like obviously see the improvement. I'm totally spoiled because I know the day's gonna come where I don't see a difference for like months. And rather than be happy with that because I'm making good work, it's probably just gonna annoy me. That's okay. That's why I have Ricky, to tell me that I'm being ridiculous and to just keep making models. Goodness, she's so gorgeous. I think the center tabard looks a little weird, but actually there's a lot of parts of this model that I'm kind of like about, but overall I'm really happy with it. That's one thing I do like about music a bit more, is that once I've like performed the song, like, I don't know, you know, the notes dissipate in the air and then they're gone. I can't just keep looking at it and re-criticizing it unless I record it, I guess. But with art, I can always go back and be like, meh. This has this, and this problem. Overall, I think I do a pretty good job not being too self-critical. Mostly because I'm too busy making new models. Yeah, I've had some artists, like younger artists, asking me, I say younger, like they haven't been doing it as long. Obviously, I know I'm super young. But they'll ask me like how to stop comparing themselves to other artists. And honestly, the trick is just stop looking. Just go make some new art. Stop being all weird. You don't realize it, but you're really acting like that like troll under the bridge kind of thing. Like staring at all these artists that you wish you were better than. It's like all that time you spent, you could have been spent just making more art. If I'm like obsessing over other artists, it's like almost like recon for me. I'm like, okay, what about this is better than what I'm doing? And then I'll like figure it out and I'll try and incorporate it into my own style. You guys probably heard of that book, Steal Like an Artist. Same concept. I want to make this thinner, but I also want it to be easy to 3D print. It's a constant fight. That's pretty good. Go ahead and dynamesh this again. Still blown away that this happened. We're not out of the woods yet because I still need to decimate this, so we'll see how that goes. Aaron says, I'm going to take the dogs for a walk before it gets dark yet. Be back in a bit if you're still streaming. Sounds great. Thank you for joining. Alright, I'm going to fix her face a little bit. I'm going to do that by going to Dam Standard, turn on Lazy Mouse a bit more, and essentially just like kind of carving out some spots that got a little blurry. Okay, I need to make the model bigger because my brush size is not working for what I want here. And since I'm not reprojecting details, it's fine. So now her eyes pop a lot more. drag the feet down a little bit. It looks super silly, but the reason I do that is because when I make a decorative base, I don't have to worry about a gap between the base and her feet. All right, let's see if I can decimate this. It's always like the moment of truth. Just waiting for you to compute. You see at the top left here, it says computing. So I'll probably just be hanging out here while that does that. It might take like 2-3 minutes or so. All right, so did a pretty good job. Now let's do. That went way faster than I expected, which is awesome. Not bad. All right. Okay, let's get this exported and get a cool base on this. I have to go through some of my files to get the bases that I want, and there's like some surprises in there actually for patrons. So I'm actually gonna cut this live stream not really short, but I'm gonna call it quits for right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was super fun, and yeah, you can expect me to be live streaming almost every day again because I love this and you guys are awesome. Thanks for being patient. I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. I know things are stressful right now, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Until next time, guys. Bye.